and good morning. I am so excited to take you through our home today. It is definitely far from finished. Things are not as we want them to be. I have so many visions for all the things that I wanted to do with this house and different spaces, but my husband and I are getting ready to downsize from 1,596 square feet to 720 square feet. So obviously that is a huge jump, and as we prepare to move, I think we've got like 6 weeks left. I want to go ahead and capture everything the way it is right now so we can always remember our first home together. So come and explore our home with me. This is our living room. It's my favorite spot in the house for a lot of different reasons. One, it's the room in the house where we get the most light. So I just love sitting here and window watching. We live in like a pretty populated neighborhood, so I get to see a lot of people walking their dogs, going on runs, little kids like riding around their Jeep, which is so cute. So I love the view of this room. The first thing I want to start with is this couch. So as you can see, this couch is actually blue, and I don't love these couch covers, but I do love that one, they keep everything super clean, they are so easy to wash, and we no longer have a blue couch, that's the real win here. This table is from IKEA. Alex has had it since college. I do not love this table. It's black, so every time anything is on it, like a piece of hair or like a little piece of fuzz or whatever, it shows. So I'm constantly cleaning the table, which I don't love, but something that I really love about this table is all the storage that it offers, especially as we're thinking about how we're gonna fit all of our stuff into a really tiny 1-bedroom apartment. And it holds all of our games, which is fantastic. And it's also really nice because this is where we play all of our games when our friends come over. So I love having everything really accessible here, and I love having a bigger table. One of my favorite accents to this room is this painting. I don't actually know where it's supposed to be at, but I imagine that it's Greece because that's where my husband and I had our honeymoon, and it's just really special to us. So I love looking at this piece of art. I didn't buy it, my husband did. This was something pre-marriage, so it was something I kind of like inherited, I guess, when I moved in, but I love it. I love staring at it and just looking at it and imagining the place that it's in and thinking about our honeymoon. And it's also just really beautiful. It adds a lot of character to the room. It's funny because like it doesn't match the aesthetic that I had wanted to create in here, but I also find myself just not being able to take it down because it's so cute. Okay, this probably seems like a really silly thing to highlight, but it was funny because when we were hanging up the curtains, I bought probably 15 different curtains and had to return 14 of them to Amazon. It took me forever to find these, but this was exactly what I was looking for. I didn't want a pure white curtain. I wanted them to be a little bit more off-white. I wanted this kind of like naturalistic linen look, and this is exactly what these are. And they were so cheap. I want to say it was like 30 bucks for the curtains. And I wouldn't do it again. Like, it's probably just worth going to a store and finding exactly what you want, but I wanted them to be cheap, and I knew I was looking for something very specific, and I love these curtains. They make our space feel so warm and so cozy. Okay, so I already told you that the living room is my favorite room in the house. This is my favorite part of my favorite room in the house. This is our mantle. This is something that I'm going to miss having so much because our new apartment is not gonna have a mantle. So I'm trying to enjoy it and soak it in while it's here. Some of my favorite things about this mantle are, these are pictures that my sister printed out of our engagement session, and she used them as decor at my bridal shower that she hosted for me. So that's really special to me, just that intentionality. And I love it because this is the view that I have when I come downstairs in the morning, is of these pictures. And I love them. I think they're so beautiful. Such a good reminder of such happy times. This is my husband's book collection. You're gonna see a lot more of this. One of Alex's dreams is to own his own library, and the man's pretty close. I think you need 1,000 books to be considered a full library, and he's at 500, so you will see more of these. Books are probably my #1 concern with moving across the country, just because they're heavy, they take up a lot of space, and did I mention that our new apartment is 720 square feet? So do with that what you will. This is our national park. Welcome to our adventure sign. This was something that I really wanted for our wedding. I was so thankful that we were able to find one that was cheap and a good deal because I love having it in our home. It's also been a really good reminder. It's on my bucket list to visit all of the national parks. So I love coming down here and seeing it and just thinking and dreaming about all the things that we want to do together. We haven't been able to travel that much this year because I'm dealing with an ankle injury. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's also really cool to see it and dream and imagine and just be excited about all the things that we want to do and explore on the beautiful earth. Okay, so there's really only one more thing in this room that I really want to highlight, and that is our media console. I ordered this on Amazon and it was remarkably cheap for an entertainment center with as much storage as it has. So this was something really important because when I bought this, I knew that we were going to be moving. So I was like, we need something that's gonna hold a lot of stuff, and this does it. So in here, we're able to keep some extra games that don't really fit under the coffee table. I've got these bins, which hold a lot of my media and filming stuff. And then our tools. I love this space, like love, love, love the space. It does exactly what I need it to. And I'm actually kind of nervous because we're not sure if it's going to fit in our new apartment. So we're gonna have to ask for some measurements because it is gonna be tight just because it's a bigger one, but I'm really hoping that we can make it work and figure something out. Right off of our living room is this little tiny hallway. This door goes to the garage. This door is a storage closet that I can't open because if I do, our Christmas tree will make a grand entrance on the ground. And this is our powder bathroom. There really isn't a lot to show in here. It's just a bathroom. We got a toilet, got a sink. Yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to it. Okay, so coming into our dining room area, I love this space and I love this table. There are so many things I love about this table. I love that the top is brown and wooden, and then it's got these nice like white accents. It kind of gives it like that farm countryside kind of vibe, which I am all over. But my favorite thing about this table is that there's actually drawers on every place setting, and I just think that is so unique. I've never seen a table with storage before, and it's such a blessing because we're able to keep so many things in here. I keep chargers, extra headphones, things that I use when I'm working, because I do a lot of my work at this table, and then also like office supplies. So we've got scissors, crayons, markers, tape, whatever it is, it all fits in this table, and that is so, so nice. I also want to take a second and highlight our dishes. I love these dishes. These were a wedding gift that Alex's family blessed us with off of our registry, and they're fantastic. They add so much character to every meal we have because they're stone, and something that I'm really glad we decided to do is we put half white dishes and half green dishes on our registry. So rather than buying a full 8 place setting green or a full 8 place setting white, we did 4 and 4 of each. And I love that because that means that we get to mix and match our dishes, which is so fun. I love doing a green plate and a white pasta bowl or whatever it is, but they're so fun, and I'm just so thankful that we have such a nice dining set. It's been a real blessing. Also, Pete, my plant that is not doing so well. Okay, so I know that literally no one is gonna care about this section of my house but me, but I just think it's really funny. So our Wi-Fi box, unfortunately, has to be in this corner just based on where the hookup is. And I think it's terrible. I hate all the cords coming through. It's the worst. But I think this is really funny. So my husband has HTML and JavaScript books. So this is kind of like our little like tech coding corner, but also like with an anthurium plant. And then I love this table. My mom gave me this table right before I moved out, and I just think it's adorable. It's got these like little gemstones, and it's so cute and so adorable, and it just fits this corner really well. So I just wanted to share that. This is also completely irrelevant to our house tour, but my husband is really specific about the internet that he likes to use. He likes it to be fast. So he must have a hardwire directly into the Wi-Fi box. Now the Wi-Fi box is down here, obviously on the ground in the kitchen, and his office is actually not just up, but sideways. So I'm gonna show you, I think this is so funny. Ugly white cord right here runs all the way through our living room. Like, it's kind of hard to see, but I've taped it up against the wood so it's less obvious. And it comes all the way up here behind our diffuser, all the way up, goes up there, and then up here is our washroom. So it goes through the washroom into his office, which is here. So his PC is probably like there. I just think that's so funny. Welcome on into our kitchen. Honestly, I haven't been able to personalize the space very much at all. There's so many things that I'd love to do. I'd love to add some like little lamps in the kitchen on some of our more bare counters. I'd love to get some plants. I had a vision of some hanging plants from the ceiling above our sink. I still think that would be gorgeous, but we're moving. There's no time, and that's okay because I really am excited about going to our new space. But there are a couple things I wanted to highlight in here. I always think it's funny because I really want to get some like dried florals. I'd love to have some plants living in the kitchen. But honestly, my husband is such a chef and we always have so many fruit and veggies that it's almost like a little floral centerpiece. We've got reds, greens, pineapples, avocados, bananas, yellows, oranges, like everything here. And so I just think that's kind of funny. Okay, so this is, a little bit random, but I did want to show you our tea cabinet. This is my favorite cabinet in the kitchen, and it keeps all of our tea. So we've got some white tea in here. We also order this honey. This is like so extra of us, but every time we go to the Renaissance Festival, we get this honey. It's from Clove and Hive, and it's the best raw unfiltered honey I've ever had. My favorite is sage and let me see, cactus. I love this. It's like almost gone, but you can see it's like a lighter honey color, and then some of their honeys are like a medium, and then this one is orange flavored, so this one is like really good for honey butter toast, stuff like that, but like you can see the color is much different, which is kind of fun. My favorite tea right now is jasmine tea, but I'm also a sucker for oolong. I'm not super fond of herbal teas, but I've been drinking them more just because I'm trying to avoid caffeine before bed. So anyway, that's our tea cabinet. Also kind of random, but this is a butter dish that I got a long time ago when I was still living in college, and I just love it. I think it's so cute. Really, the only part of our kitchen that's really worth highlighting is our little coffee bar cart. I refer to this space as Cafe a la Zouzal, which is my husband's like gamer tag. He uses Zoozle for literally everything. This sign was inspired by Natalie Zakic, and I love it because a lot of times when people come over, we're like, okay, well, like, what can we make you? What do you want? And they're like, I don't know. So it's nice to be able to be like, this is everything we have. Like, if you have any questions, let us know. It's like in that true cafe form, which is really fun. I'm gonna miss this space so much because when we move, it's gonna be like a little coffee counter, like a small section of our kitchen, and rather than a whole bar cart area. So I'm really gonna miss that. I love this space so much. It is my favorite part of the morning, is like toddling down the stairs exhausted and then just coming here and making a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just vibing and starting my day like that is beautiful. It's actually about 1:30 now, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my afternoon cup of coffee with you. It's been a minute, but I printed out labels for our coffee with the Cricket. We buy our coffee from Wonder State, which is this adorable little coffee shop in Wisconsin. Yes, sorry, it's in Wisconsin, and I visited when I was traveling on tour for an acting show, and now we order our beans there. And I'm really excited because moving across the country to, I don't want to say it, but we're gonna be within driving distance, so rather than ordering them online, we'll probably just save time and drive there. So I'm so excited about that, but I love these beans. They are so good. We have the Gravel espresso machine, and I absolutely love it. I will say there is a learning curve that goes along with the Gravel, but I love it. I wouldn't use anything else. So we do 18 grams of beans, and then the goal is to be able to pull a shot for about 30 seconds, and then it should be between 36 to 40 grams. So from the time that I click go on the shot, I want it to be about 30 seconds, and then I want it to pull 36 to 40 grams of espresso. I always like to do 3 ice cubes, and then because I put a mocha powder in the bottom, I'm gonna pour the shot in first and combine it. Amazing. Now see, we've got our milk. we go. There's just nothing like making a cup of coffee in your own kitchen. There really isn't. You can't go out and get coffee like the coffee in your kitchen. Just amazing. And with that, it's time to head upstairs. Okay, so when I said that there was more to my husband's book collection, I definitely meant it, and this also is not all of it. There's more, but this is an entryway when you come upstairs, and there is so many books. So this right here, this is the room that we don't speak of it. We call it the blue room. We close the door, we walk away. Here is the husband's office. I don't usually come in here. It's kind of a wreck, but what I wanted to show you guys is that there are more books. Oh my gosh. I have to be honest. Probably 2 of these shelves are mine. So many books. Okay, so coming into the hallway, right through the master bedroom is our bathroom. There's honestly nothing special to say in here. Also, I know that this looks like a crazy device, but that dehumidifier has taken so much moisture out of our bathroom, and I love it. This is a mess. It's all a mess. Just close your eyes. Coming into the closet. Closet is also kind of a huge mess. It's sort of color coordinated. And you can see that like there is a lot of like a whole bin system, but it really needs to be redone. And then I need to get some kind of like a shoe rack because the shoes are kind of out of control. Womp womp to my boot era. That's basically all there is to share in here. It's just one heck of a hot mess. That is, yep. She needs a clean. Look at this. There's a rainbow on the ceiling. How gorgeous is that? It goes all the way down. What even? That's so special. Welcome to our master bedroom. I love this room. I love the colors. The orange is so happy and cheery and just beautiful. It reminds me of the sunsets and the canyons out west, which is kind of the inspiration I had when I was pulling together all this stuff for the room. Basically everything is from Target. We got a lot of it for our wedding. The bedspread, the throw blanket, the pillows, the lamps. I think the lamps are funny because I actually really don't like gray and decorating just because it kind of makes me sad, but it balances out the oranges really well. I also love our curtains. Those are from Target as well. They're just such a bright spot. I love so many different things in this room because it's just so colorful and joyful and happy and peaceful, and that is exactly what I wanted the master bedroom to be. There are so many things I'm going to miss about this room. Something that's kind of funny too is our giant basket of blankets. I mean, it's kind of an eyesore, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's like kind of cute and bohemian. Sometimes I think it's an eyesore. I love the baskets. I think it's amazing. It's every single night my husband turns it down to 67 degrees, and then the best part of going to bed is watching him gather up as many blankets as he can fit on the bed, and then just being able to put them back in the basket in the morning is so easy, so I don't have to fold, just a lift and a dump, which is great. Another really bright spot of this room is the lighting is perfect for plants. So these are the best windows we have in the whole house for plants, so I've been growing a lot of plants in here, which I think also just makes it feel cozier and happier, so I love that. This lamp is also really funny. I built it in college. Like I wired it. I took an old globe and it used a drill bit and just went in and out, and it created this beautiful lamp. So that's a great memory. This room is just full of so many different things that I love, and that's really special. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and coming through my home. It's crazy to think that in 6 weeks we won't be living here anymore, so I'm glad that I got to see it and share it with you before we start getting rid of a lot of our stuff and going through everything. My car is already completely full of stuff to donate, so we have a lot to do in the next 6 weeks, but I am so excited. I can't wait to show you our new apartment and all of the things that are coming ahead. But I will see you back here again real soon. Bye.